Okay, everybody, magic time. Positions, please. Here we go.
And I guarantee no animals were injured during the filming of the Jesters. Well, at least not unintentional.
It's 7:08 and you're listening to Scotty and the Morning Crew on 96.8, and we're on the line with a genuine TV legend, the one and only Dave Davies.
Well, that's not entirely true. I do keep a clone of myself in the basement in case I need a new liver.
Dave is the executive producer of the new TV show, The Jokers.
Jesters.
And what's the show about, mate?
Well, it's basically comedy that takes no prisoners. It's Borat with balls, it's The Daily Show on speed, it's Michael Moore on steroids. Actually, Michael Moore probably is on steroids. There's no way an ordinary human being can eat that much. Hello!
And who are the Jesters?
Steve's the head writer.
Well, we all write bits and pieces.
Head to the side, just hold that for me.
Michael started the Jesters back when it was just a university paper.
Actually, it was a collaborative effort, you see.
Hold it.
Tony does the song parodies. And Zach is,
I do the stunts.
Is that why you dressed like a baby?
No, he just forgot his suit.
So how would you guys describe yourselves?
Basically, they're 4 comedy commandos who I keep in a cage, feed raw meat, and then let loose once a week at Thursdays, 10 p.m, to rip this country and its politicians to shreds in 30 minutes.
You're listening to Wendy and the Wake Up Crew on 102.9. We're yakking to Dave Davies, and his new show sounds pretty good.
Good? It's the greatest thing to happen to Australian TV since Ozzy Ostrich got the bird flu. They are wild men.
My favourite Star Trek character is Mr. Sulu. No, actually that's a little controversial. Don't print that, please.
Actually, Michael Moore probably is on steroids. There's no way an ordinary human being can eat that much. Hello.
This is Sammy in the Morning Menagerie on 88.9 Sun FM. So, Dave, will we seeing you make a few cameos?
Nope, I am 100% retired.
Oh, come on, Dave. Aren't you a bit too young to retire?
No, I'm probably too old. My only regret is I didn't retire before my career started.
So, what's it like to work with a TV phenomenon?
I imagine it's pretty intimidating, but I'm sure Dave will get used to it in time.
You're listening to John O'Cady and the Caffeine Crew and our special guest, Dave Davies. Now, seriously, Dave, do you miss being on TV?
Nope, really. I'm just an ordinary bloke who goes home every night and takes a long bath with his 8 logies. Now, I've had the gold one melted down into the shape of a scrubbing brush. Hello! But seriously, on the past, these Jester boys are the future.
So the Jesters are basically 4 comedians.
Well, I consider myself a satirist rather than a comedian.
What's the difference?
Satirists aren't funny.
They can't control them. They're got a mind of their own. Waiter, check please. Hello.
For me, a comedian simply endeavours to make you laugh, whereas a satirist attempts to make you think using the medium of laughter.
I think my point is made.
Actually, I've had the gold one melted down and shaped like a scrubbing brush.
You're on 96.7 with Mike, Maddie and the Morning Zoo. Dave, what can we expect on this week's show?
Well, you can expect the unexpected, but of course, if you expect the unexpected, then it's expected. So expect the unexpectedly expected. Oh no, I've confused myself. I've got to get off the line. Bye, guys.
Dave Davies!
Thanks, Sisters. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.
You know how the Treasurer started yelling in Parliament yesterday when he was asked about the rising health fund premiums? Well, I'm going to go to his press conference and ask him to teach me how to spit the dummy. Because I'm dressed as a baby. And I'll have a dummy in my mouth.
Yeah, I think Harriet gets it, Zach.
Can I leave?
Yes, Mr. Enthusiasm, but don't forget we've got more publicity this afternoon. You're doing a charity ad.
How is that publicity?
Well, charity ads are shown on the TV. You don't have to pay for the airtime and they're played on every network. Triple win.
Well, I don't want to do it unless it's for a good cause.
It is for a good cause. Us. It's also for autism.
Oh, Okay then.
Watch out, Sydney, the Jesters are cocoa bananas and they're coming at ya. Watch out, Melbourne, the Jesters are cocoa bananas and they're coming at ya. Watch out, Devonport, the Jesters are cocoa bananas and they're coming at ya.
Do you know that Buzz Aldrin has no DNA?
I have really got to go.
Zach, that's enough.
So expect the unexpectedly expected. Oh no, guys, I've confused myself. I better get off the line. Thanks, guys, and remember the Jesters, Thursday, 10 p.m. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Thank fuck that's over. Jesus Christ, Cat, 12 phoners in 2.5 hours.
Impressive for a man of your age.
Yes, no, I've been whoring myself out to the media so much I make Paris Hilton look like a very shy Amish nun. So how'd the boys go in their press interviews?
I've had enemas that were less painful and more interesting.
Well, they've got to learn.
This isn't work experience. They've already been on the air for 3 weeks.
Yes, I'm well aware of that, Miss Catherine.
And they're not going to learn how to do a proper interview unless you teach them.
They will learn by doing.
Look, in my humble opinion,
A humble producer, hilarious.
you should just teach Steve to do the phoners and give the rest of them more time to try and make the show better. It should only take about 4 or 5 years.
Look, let's try and keep this upbeat and positive, shall we?
Screw that.
I think someone here might need to reread The Secret.
Look, I am used to dealing with badly behaved professionals, not delusional amateurs.
Look, yes, they can be amateurish. Yes, they can be difficult to deal with. But you know what? They're young, they're idealistic, and that's what makes this project so exciting. Come on, cheer up, Cat.
Here are last night's ratings, Mr. Cheerful.
What the fuck?
4.9.
That's half what we rated last week.
But that's what makes this project so exciting.
Why do I do it?
I don't know. I told you not to do it.
They don't appreciate me, you know?
No, they don't.
Don't appreciate the opportunity they've been given.
Nope. In fact, I think they resent you for it.
So why do I bother?
Because you were bored in retirement. And against my repeated advice, you took on these permanent undergraduates as some sort of Svengali ego trip. And now your reputation is on the line. And if the Jesters fuck up, that means Dave Davies is fucked up. So they can't fuck up, can they? Or you're fucked.
You know, most agents would offer their clients a little bit of empathy, sympathy, or...
Bullshit.
Yes, bullshit. Would it carry it off a little bit of helpful bullshit to get an ageing TV icon through his dreary day?
Your hair looks good today. Was that all right?
Hi, I'm Michael Stevens from the Jesters. When they told me my cousin was autistic, I was surprised because he was never very good at painting.
What? It's funny.
I just don't know if I'm comfortable making jokes about autism.
Well, why not? You're a comedian.
No, I'm a satirist. A comedian merely focuses on making people laugh, whereas
Satirists are allowed to tell jokes, Michael.
I just don't think it's appropriate.
This is an ad for the Autism Society. They obviously think it's appropriate. It's just a corny joke about your autistic cousin.
Yeah, that's another thing. My cousin is not autistic.
When you do charity ads, people like it if you have a personal connection to what you're saying.
But it's not true.
No, but it's personal. Doesn't matter whether it's true. It's just a white lie. It's for a good cause.
What if my cousin sees this ad? What if his friends see this ad?
Well, he can just tell them it's a different cousin. You know, the autistic one, the one you don't like to talk about.
I still think this whole thing is very inappropriate.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Michael, just do it. Sorry. I'm sorry to get stroppy with you. It's just this ad means a lot to me. My mum was autistic.
Was she? I'm so sorry.
No, she wasn't really, but you see, it's that easy. And you got the personal connection, didn't you? You wanted to help me.
You are evil.
Evil for a good cause. Off you go. Chop, chop.
God, Diana, everything's so hard with these boys. Everything's a fight. Everything's an argument. Everything has to be their way. The arrogance.
Yeah, I can't imagine what it must be like to deal with someone like that.
And I kept my end of the bargain. I allowed them to have the final creative call, and for what?
David, much as I enjoy hearing you moan and complain about every aspect of your life, we do have some actual work to do.
No.
You have to endorse a book.
Do I? Why do I have to do that?
Because you wanted Steve Waugh to appear in a sketch with the Jesters, and Steve Waugh's agent is also the agent for Katie McKean, who's apparently the first double amputee to circumnavigate the world solo. And she's written a humorous book about this wonderful experience, which you've graciously agreed to endorse.
Oh, Christ, do I have to read it?
No, you don't have to read it, you just have to endorse it. If celebrities read all the books they had to endorse, Kathy Lett'd be blind by now.
Has Kathy Lett endorsed this book?
Well, of course she has. She says, sail on readers. Set the mizzen mast for fun. Ship-shape writing that goes straight for the jocular vein.
Is it possible to publish a book in this country that doesn't have something written by Kathy Lett on the back?
Apparently not. I've often thought of doing a book of the collected Kathy Lett book endorsements.
Endorsed by Kathy Lett?
Of course. Now, the publishers have sent over an indicative first chapter, which you can choose to read or not.
Not. Double amputee. Forget Captain Hook, here comes Captain Stumpy.
That's awful.
If you read one book about a double amputee sailing solo around the world, make sure it's this one.
Obviously, you need some time to think of something clever. Let me know when you've done that.
Yes, Master.
Have fun with the babysitting, darling.
Very good.
So what's this all about?
Dave just wants to have a quick meeting.
I thought we had a team meeting in 10 minutes.
Yeah, this is the real meeting.
What's the difference between the team meeting and the real meeting?
In their team meeting, Dave will give everyone some upbeat bullshit about how well everything's going and how we're united as a team. In the real meeting, he'll tell the two leaders of this gang what shit is really going down.
Gentlemen, welcome to the real meeting. Okay, I've got some frightening news and some terrifying news. What do you want to hear first?
Surprise us.
Nobody is watching this show.
Is that the frightening news?
No, that's the terrifying news. The frightening news is that's actually good news because the show is so crap, I'd be frightened if people were actually watching it.
Our current total failure still gives us a slim chance of success.
When you say that nobody's watching...
You're rated 5s across the country.
Actually, 4.9 was the best rating you got in the whole 25 minutes of the show.
Yeah, I could take a piss on my lawn and get more people watching me than that.
Not for 25 minutes.
Try me, the prostate isn't what it used to be.
Look, I know that some people think that ratings are important.
Like the advertisers, the networks, sane people.
Yeah, but ratings aside, I think that the show's been performing very well. We've been consistently producing high quality and challenging...
That is bullshit, Michael. I wanted Australian Michael Moore. I wanted an Australian Daily Show. I didn't put my ass in a sling and get you over here to produce a fourth-rate university arts review.
Well, I think if we all try harder, we can make this a third-rate university arts review.
This is not a joke, Steve. This is supposed to be a cutting-edge, take-no-prisoners, satirical TV show.
Precisely. And what opened last week's show? A 6-minute Salvador Dali wankathon.
Well, the Salvador Dali, that was great.
Don't eat that lobster, it's a telephone.
Oop, my watch has melted.
Right, and what was the satirical point of that sketch?
Well, the surrealism exhibitions in...
It sucked. Kat, second opinion?
It was shit. Shit that only fucking uni wankers like, and I'm toning my language down.
Look, we don't just write silly sketches. We've been saying some really important things on this show.
Michael, it doesn't matter what you're saying if nobody is listening.
We are not about to compromise our principles just to chase ratings.
I don't want you to compromise your principles. I want you to fulfill them. I can't keep telling people you're wild and outrageous guys unless you do something wild or outrageous.
Like get a laugh.
These guys are late for the meeting. Again.
Late for the meeting again? Well, they're late for the meeting again. Will they be early or will they be silly? They're late for the meeting again.
That's good. Did you know that President Kennedy was still alive in 1968 and may have assassinated Bobby Kennedy?
There are 3 things we need right now. Publicity, publicity and publicity.
You are aware that's actually one thing.
Shut up, Stephen.
Well, what do you suggest we do to get publicity?
I want you to get arrested.
Wouldn't that be illegal?
Gee, those uni fees were worth it.
Screw lame ass stunts like dressing up as a baby and spitting the dummy. I want Zach to do something huge. I want him to get arrested in a blaze of publicity like
interviewing the treasurer nude.
Yes.
Well, what's the satirical point of that?
Well, Zach could ask him why he's hiding the naked truth about inflation.
That's what I'm talking about. That is exactly what I want.
Yeah, I just don't think I'd be morally comfortable getting Zach sent to jail.
Incarceration is temporary, Michael. Publicity is forever. Write that down.
Still late. Shut the gate. They're late for the meeting again.
The Illuminati. That's who we should be going after.
Who?
If you were seriously trying to pretend that you don't know who the Illuminati are, I'll have to presume that you are a member of the Illuminati.
Oh, well, the Illuminati threw a party around about Saturday night.
Right, so you've seen Zach nude?
Not today.
Okay, we've got to wrap this up, Dave. You've got a phoner?
See? Publicity. Got to work at it. Out. Deb and the Arvo gang, Deb and the Arvo gang, Deb and the Arvo gang. Deb! Dave Davies.
You know, I don't like Dave's tone in that meeting. The Jesters have always used the democratic way of decision-making.
TV is not a democracy, Michael. It's a dictatorship. And El Presidente has just told you this show's about to change.
Viva Dave!
Oh, and Steve? Dave still wants to see you about some of those scripts before the meeting.
Okay.
So expect the unexpectedly expected. Oh, I've confused myself. Better go, gang. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Okay, Steve, this is the real meeting.
I thought that was the real meeting.
No, this is the real meeting. Now, I notice you've been getting a lot of extra lines in the scripts.
Well, I try to be as balanced as I can, but...
Bullshit. Don't worry, I like it. I want you to get more lines. You are going to be the star of this show.
But Michael should really get as much
Let
as...
me make this very clear. The Jesters will be your show. I want less Michael on air and more you.
It's not really fair to the others.
Fortunately for you, TV isn't fair. You're a natural on camera. Michael's a big block of wood.
Really?
Geppetto couldn't make his acting any less wooden. Pixar couldn't animate one of his performances. If Jim Henson stuck his hand fair up Michael's clack, he still couldn't make him appear any more lifelike. More you, less him. Capiche?
Well, if it's for the good of the show.
Good of the show, I like that. That's nice. Don't worry, I can see your dark heart. You remind me of me, only younger, slightly less talented.
Well, that'll change.
Yeah, you'll get older. Which incidentally was the very same year Ed Devereaux got me in a headlock at the Logies. Yeah, true story. Oh, look out, here he comes. Hey! Someone got bailed quickly. What's the arrest footage look like?
Non-existent.
What?
Nobody tried to arrest me. Everyone just pointed and laughed at me.
Surely you'd be used to that by now.
He didn't even get a laugh for being nude. The treasurer got a bigger one when he said it was obviously pretty cold this morning.
Because my penis was small.
Yeah, I get it, Zach. All right, you guys are going to have to come up with another way for Zach to get arrested. Toot sweet.
Oh, and Michael, bad news. The Autism Society don't want to air your part of the ad.
Why not?
Some of the board didn't like the fact that you were joking about autism.
But it was their script.
Yeah, I tried telling them that, but these autistic people get very... Well, you've seen Rain Man, you know what they're like.
Oh, Christ.
It's all right, I'll get you another charity ad. I think there's an anti-whaling one being done on Wednesday.
Whaling? Yeah, Kat. I've got to wait for Zach to get arrested.
Well, clearly the boys have made an error in judgment. That said, rest assured, we will be making a full apology to the embassy.
Well, I know I'm going to regret asking this, but I am supposedly the network executive who's responsible for this fiasco, so can someone explain to me exactly what happened?
Well, you see, I was dressed as a whale and Tony was playing my agent.
And we're going to try and get into the Japanese embassy to see if they wanted to experiment on Zach.
But it wasn't the Japanese embassy, was it?
No, they moved 3 months ago now. It's the Taiwanese embassy.
And you were presumably still unaware of this when you started yelling, "Me very hungry, me do research for you long time."
Well, the people outside the embassy did look a lot like Japanese people.
Yes, well, I'll be sure to include that in the apology. It was lucky you weren't arrested. Fortunately, the Taiwanese embassy were more confused than angry. You know, most of our low-rating shows do manage to get through the week without starting international incidents.
Yes. Yes, they do. Thank you very much, Julia.
Meeting over. Okay, swim away.
Hi, I'm Michael Stevens from the Jesters, and I love to laugh. But what I don't love is my depression. Kat, I can't say this, I'm not depressed.
Well, you're not depressed now, but...
No, but I've never been depressed.
Well, I'm sure you've been sad, Michael.
That's not depressed. There's a big difference between being sad and being clinically depressed.
Is there a problem?
He doesn't want to say he's depressed.
Are you worried about the stigma?
No, it's just not true.
Why don't you just say you battled with depression?
But I haven't.
All right, well, it was an easy battle you won straight away.
No!
Look, darling, it really helps people who are depressed to know that famous people like you are like them.
But I'm not like them.
Well, you're not really famous either, are you, Michael? And you'll be even less famous if you don't do this ad.
Why don't you just say you're manic depressive? I mean, after all, that's just showbiz code for behaving like an arsehole.
I'm not going to lie.
Well, that wouldn't be a lie, Michael.
I know. Why don't you tell a joke? I mean, you're a comedian. I've got a good one. There's an Irishman, Englishman and Scotsman who all decide to kill themselves because they're depressed.
No, we're going to do this whole thing straight with no lies in it.
Great. Now I'm depressed.
So expect the unexpectedly expected. Oh no! I've confused myself. I better get off the line. Okay, gang. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.
That was almost word for word like the last phone you did for 101.6.
Exactly.
If you know what you're going to say, doesn't that take the fun out of it?
Fun? What, you think that's fun? You think I enjoy talking to Sammy and the fucking Zoo crew, or Zoo and the fucking Sammy crew, or Vlad and his drive time impalers? Of course I fucking don't. I'm using them and they're using me. And all their listeners go, oh, that delightful Dave Davies, isn't he wonderful? He listens to the same station as us. I am Dave, temporary radio pal of the great unwashed.
God, this business is cold.
Yeah, well, buy some thermal underwear and get used to it, toots. Out. And meeting, 10 minutes. I want everyone there.
A real meeting?
Wait and see. Gentlemen, I used to think it was just a figure of speech, but apparently you can't get arrested in this town. Till now.
The British Prime Minister Graham Campbell is in town. He's staying in Kirribilli House tonight.
We're going to dress Zach and Tony here up as terrorists.
Get them and our cameraman to jump out a van at 10 o'clock.
Jump the fence at Kirribilli House and attempt to kidnap the PM.
Well, what's the satirical point of that?
Well, the satirical point of that, Michael, is to show how over-the-top security's become in this country.
The publicity point is that Zach and Tony will get arrested and our ratings will go up.
What happens if I get shot?
We'll need new opening credits. Okay, I want Steve and Michael waiting in the van. Dave is going to be here in the office innocently doing phoners.
Just to preserve deniability to the network and my learned friends.
How convenient.
Careful, Michael. You might become a cynic.
I like the t-shirt.
So the police know who I am.
Okay, we're half a block away from Kirribilli House. Just jump out, run 100 metres and you'll be at the fence.
Just remember, when you get arrested, start yelling so we know where you are.
Roger that.
Yeah.
I haven't got time.
Good luck, boys.
So how badly do you think the police are going to hurt them?
Not that badly.
I think Zach will do well in prison. I mean, he's very physically unattractive. I don't think he's going to get violated until at least tomorrow morning.
Unless it's by himself.
You're with Tony and Will on ABC National until midnight, and we have a special treat for our night owls. On the line, we have the one and only Dave Davies.
Well, that's not entirely true, Tony. I do keep a clone of myself in the basement, just in case I need a new liver.
Yeah. We got it! We got it!
Fuck, it's the PM!
Jesus Christ!
Go! Oh my God!
Which I've had melted down into a scrubbing brush.
And what's in this week's show?
Well, you can expect the holy fuck!
It's okay, Prime Minister. We're not really terrorist kidnappers. I realise the t-shirt might be confusing.
And I know that this looks like a terrorist safe house hovel, Prime Minister, but it's actually Zach's apartment.
Prime Minister, while we've got you here, I should ask, do you know anything about the crop circles that were growing in...
I am so sorry, Prime Minister.
Who are you people?
We are 4 wild men commandos that will rip society apart for the...
No, they're university students, comedians.
Satirists.
Student reviewers.
I was in reviews at Cambridge. We used to dress up as women. We didn't kidnap prime ministers.
We are sorry, sir.
Step out for a secret fag in the garden. 2 puffs, and I'm crash-tackled by a pair of idiot student reviewers dressed up as terrorists.
Well, you see, the stunt was supposed to show how strict your security had become, and, well, I suppose it's quite ironic when you think about it, isn't it?
Yes, it's a hoot, isn't it?
We did it to get publicity.
Well, I suppose getting prison sentences of up to 80 years for kidnapping a head of state will get you a fair bit of publicity. What? And don't worry, I understand that one gets used to the ritual sodomy, eventually.
Is that true?
I suppose most experiences would become pleasurable after a time.
I mean the 80 years.
80 years at least.
But, sir, wouldn't it be very damaging for the world to find out how easy it is for even some idiot student reviewers to kidnap the Prime Minister?
Clever lad. I was wondering when one of you would work that out. All things considered, I suppose. After you hand over all your footage, and we all agree that nobody ever finds out about this, I might be prepared to waive your criminal trials.
Unbelievable. Just great. We pull off the biggest publicity coup in the world, and no one is ever going to find out about it.
Actually, I think there's a way we can still work this. Prime Minister, I've thought of an alternative arrangement.
The British government is not prepared to negotiate with fake terrorists. However, as I was in the Cambridge Footlights, I might be prepared to listen. Mr. Prime Minister, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for allowing me to address you today on one of the most important issues that confront us.
Just one fucking moment! We are the head of state
convicts! Hello, convicts! I believe that... Oh, we are not amused! We are not amused! Get your hands off my corgi!
So for the benefit of the people who've been on the moon all week and not seen that on the news everywhere around the world, yes, that was our own footage of the stunt Zach pulled 2 days ago to promote an Australian republic, just before he was arrested and held overnight in jail.
We would say more.
But our lawyers have instructed us not to until after the trial. So, we'll leave tonight with a song.
Imagine there are asses who don't believe in greenhouse gases.
Congratulations, gentlemen. Kat, I think with a bit of help from the British PM, we're going to do better than 4.9 this week.
I reckon 1.5 million viewers, easy, maybe even 2.
Worldwide publicity, everybody here in the country talking about us. I think we might finally be on the right track.
Hey, Mike's made it on the news on his own.
Turn it up.
But it's not all fun and games for those naughty boys, the Jesters. It's been revealed that one of the comedy team, Michael Stevens, has bravely appeared in an ad for depression. Our thoughts are with him. Coming up after the break.
I never said I had depression.
Wait till they find out your cousin's autistic. Even bigger story.
That's not true.
When you're famous, Michael, the truth isn't important.
No, don't think about it too much, mate. You might get depressed.
I specifically tried.
Come on, let's go have another drink before I have to write my spontaneous phoners for tomorrow morning.
There it is. That's what I'm talking about. Good work. I think they're finally learning, Kat.
That's what I'm worried about.
I think Dungeons and Dragons is more than just a game. It's an entire alternative universe that we have the privilege of existing in.
You're a writer, is it hard to keep coming up with new material?
No.
Is it a specific government department that stops your paper publishing the truth about the moon landing, or is it just the Illuminati?
What?
As a satirist, it's my job to hold a mirror up to society.
A vanity mirror.